Hello there, this is my first tutorial. I was really encouraged to do this tutorial by a lot of my friends and family and just random people who say that my eyelashes look really great, and they all want to know what's my secret, what are my tips, how do I get them to look like that, if there are any secrets to it. So these are just going to be a couple tips that I've picked up in the 2 years that I've been wearing false lashes. The first thing I really want to talk about is how long you can wear them. There's this myth going around that you can only wear them for a day at a time. Let me tell you, this is not true at all. I keep mine on for 2, 3, up to 4 days. Really, it started off, I was just really lazy and didn't want to have to keep redoing them. And then I realized that once I started to take them off, if I had started to take them off after just wearing them a couple hours or a couple days, it was actually really hard, and it was kind of painful trying to pull them off after that. And I just realized that after wearing them for 2 or 3 days, the glue is already coming undone because your skin has produced some oil underneath it, and it comes off so much smoother, and it really saves your lashes and it saves you the pain. And if you plan on wearing them so many days in a row anyway, like, why bother having to keep redo it? Especially if you're new at it and it takes you a long time to do and it's hard for you to do, don't waste your time. You can sleep in them. You do have to be a little bit careful. If you're sleeping like on your face, you probably really can't do that. The only other thing is when you shower, you're not going to want to wash your face in the shower. You're not going to want to get them wet because they will stick together and it will be really bad. In my slideshow before this, you probably should have seen that I have a picture of some that have gotten wet. And you really can't get them to take their shape back unless you're continuously combing them and combing them and combing them and combing them, which is really tedious and not a fun thing to do. So the next thing is when you wash your face, you're going to want to wash your face so that you're washing around them, and you're not going to want to have a whole lot of soap on your, or a whole lot of water in your washcloth. You're going to want to wash around it so that they're not getting wet. It's okay if they get a little misted, you know, in the shower, humidity, mist, that's fine. But as long as they're not getting wet, because they will clump together, and like I said before, it's like near impossible once they clump together. So that's pretty much all I have. So if you want to watch me how I do my lashes, then keep watching. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need, obviously, is an eyelash, like this one. This one is a 105. Adrel, I think, is the brand. I usually stick with 105 and 117. Those are my two favorite numbers. These ones that I have right now are used. You can kind of tell, I think they look a little worn out, but they're still fine to be used. If you do have new ones. When you take them out of the package, you're going to want to bend them a little bit like this, and the reason for this is because they've been sitting in that package so long. They look nice and cute, except no one's eye is actually shaped like that. So you're going to want to just do this for a couple minutes, a little bit, just to get them flexible and in shape and ready to fit on your eye. The next thing you want to do is put glue on them. Now, I only put glue on the outer corner and the inner corner, and that also helps when you're trying to take them off, that you're not pulling them. And really my main reason for doing that is when I'm going to put them on, my nails are so long, it's so hard to put them on like that with long nails. It's easier to do one side and then stick the other rather than having to use both of my fingers doing that. So I prefer to put glue on a little cotton swab, because sometimes when it comes out, it can come out too much, and you don't want to get it all over your lashes. That would be really bad. It's a lot easier if you get it all over this. So what? You can wipe it off on your finger, on your clothes, whatever. But if you get it all over your lashes, it could ruin your lashes. So you're just going to put a little dot on there. Not too much, just a little bit. And then again, you're going to put it on the outside corner. And you'll know that the corner is on the outside because it's the longer end. There's a shorter on the inside, and you're just going to put it on there, just like that, just like that. Alright, And then you can go ahead and set your Q-tip down as I did. And let me zoom in a little bit so you can get a little bit better picture of what I'm doing. And I just grab it. And it will get a little tacky, but I try to do it when it's still dry because then I can move it around a little bit if it's not exactly where I need it to be. And again, you're going to want to get as close to the lash line as possible. As close to the lash line as possible without getting it actually on your eyelashes. Another thing I meant to say was, that's why I have it prepped in black. In case I miss the lash line just a little bit, the black will kind of make it look a little bit more seamless and you won't be able to tell. I also did want to mention the glue that I use. I use a glue that dries clear. It is white. It dries clear. There is glue that comes clear, and there's also black glue. There's a reason why I don't like the black glue, and that's because sometimes I get really messy and the glue gets all over. So we're just going to let this set for a minute before I go to glue the inside corner, and I just think it makes it a lot easier for me to do. Alright, now that that's set a little bit and it's a little bit sturdy and dry, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, putting just a little bit, putting just a little dab on there. Then you're going to go ahead and you can see where it's hanging. I'm just going to apply, I wish I could get a better angle of this for you all to see. Oh, that's not going to work. Just apply it right on there. The end. Just the tip is really enough. And you're just going to go ahead and press it until you feel it touching your skin. It's getting caught up in my real lashes, and that's really not good. So I always try to pull it away and then push it back because you really don't want to get them intermixed, which I am having a hard time with. Ooh, there we go. Sometimes stuff like that happens. So I just wipe it off and push it towards my skin, being gentle, and then you can take the other end of your Q-tip and push it against there. Just use the Q-tip for your help. That's what it's there for. It can definitely help you along. Alright, and then once it is dry, I just apply another little thin coat of liquid eyeliner. And that's just in case some of it doesn't, because sometimes if you do have a lot on there, it won't dry clear. And so that just adds a little something extra to it. And it almost makes it look seamless. As you can see, you can hardly tell where the fake eyelash ends and where your eyelids start, and it just is a really great look. So thank you all for watching my tutorial. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, whether it be Facebook or on here. Leave comments, subscribe, and any other requests for any other beauty, health things you want me to do. Just go ahead and let me know. Thank you.